That's a report from Al Jazeera English about the continuing militarization of the airport and of the aid coming into Haiti. Well, we're joined here in New York by the acclaimed actor, director, producer, and activist Danny Glover. He's chairman of the board of Trans-Africa Forum and executive producer of a new documentary, Soundtrack for a Revolution, that opens Friday. Welcome to Democracy Now!
Thank you very much.
Well, you've been long involved with the Haitian people and the solidarity movements with Haiti. You spoke yesterday at a Martin Luther King event here in Brooklyn. What's the message that you would like to bring at this point to how we are doing in the United States with this aid to Haiti?
Well, I mean, I was on, not only did I speak in Brooklyn last night on Martin Luther King Day, but also I was on a Larry King Live fundraiser, and there was so much energy placed upon raising money, and simply raising money with not the money, the context of where the money goes and what happens to the money and the real issues that we face. Now, we just heard on this news feed about the militarization that's happening in Haiti. Well, there's a legacy of that, starting from certainly the blockade against Haiti after its independence in 1804, that with the militarization and occupation of Haiti from 1914 to 1935. It's a continuation of U.S. interference in Haiti. Interestingly enough, there's troops on the ground now in Haiti. At the time of the coup, just before the coup, the Ron Dellums and among others who were trying to get U.S. troops to interfere so that those troops wouldn't overthrow the democratically elected government of President Aristide. So we see troops in this militarization, and I think we have to be very concerned about that. On the one hand, we're given this one face, a face that we see right now, the face of generosity of the American public, and that's all good. But also we see the other side of this. Who gets in? Nobody talks about the Cubans, Venezuelans, and the others who provided aid, who were right on the spot after the earthquake.
Well, we reported last week that there were 400 Cuban doctors and medical personnel who were in Haiti already previously, and then immediately set up 2 field hospitals, and I think within the first day treated about 800 people.
And the Cubans have trained 400 Haitian doctors as well who were part of it. So you had a cadre of 800 doctors there who were ready to serve. I mean, one of the most, CNN International reported one of the most effective clinics is run by Cuban doctors. They were seeing more than 1,000 patients a day.
Now, you have been in touch with some folks in Haiti. You were telling me before in the break.
We had this particular incident. I got a call from Nicole Lee at about 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and she had gotten an urgent message from Jack Mel. Now, Jack Mel is right between 25 miles from Port-au-Prince, and she had gotten an urgent message in the need that no supplies were getting to Jack Mel. I immediately got on the phone with Congresswoman Barbara Lee, and I didn't know she was I was in New York. I didn't know she was on the West Coast at 6 o'clock in the morning, and told her about the incident, told her to get in touch with Nicole Lee, our director, for more information. She was able to call Donald Payne. He was able to call the Southern...
Donald Payne, the congressman?
Donald Payne, the congressman. She was able to call Congressman Payne. He was able to call the Southern Command, who had control of the airspace. And they were able to, got the tails number, they were able to get goods and services, to Jack Mel at the time. So you can see the kind of anxiety that the Haitian people must be going through now. You know, all this publicity that's going on outside of the country itself, and there's still this backlog in terms of getting those needs, getting those services, getting critical services to the people of Haiti.
Well, I saw an interview last night that the U.S. ambassador to Haiti had on the Lair NewsHour, where he was responding to some of this criticism that the military is basically hogging the airfield there, and he claimed, he refuted that. He said they are attempting now to have all military flights come in at night to allow civilian flights to come in with supplies and other material during the daytime. But your sense of, from what you're hearing of this impact, that basically the United States is now in control of the main airport.
Well, the United States is in control of the main airport. The United States sees Haiti as part of their sphere of influence. We know about the Monroe Doctrine and that legacy of that. And so I think there's a major concern, because how we look at what happens in the immediacy of this tragedy, how people, lives are saved, and how infrastructure is retained or maintained or restarted, is a key indication of what the relationships are going to be later. And what the relationships are going to be later, as we've noted, the Heritage Foundation has said this is an opportunity for us to shape Haiti in the way that we want to see Haiti. So I think it's important for us for all progressives, to talk about what is happening on the ground right now. Immediacy of saving those lives, that's urgent. Children's, women's, men's, all lives. And because we understand there's been almost 200,000 people who've died. But at the same time, we have to be concerned what is happening and what structures are placed now in defining the future of Haiti. We have to revitalize a public sector in Haiti. That public sector was active at the time of Aristide's election. It's been active and gaining ground now. There's work that's been going on, the Haiti Support Project and other projects. We have to see where this money, resources are going, where it's going to those effective groups, where it's going to grassroots organizations, and make sure they're getting to the people.
We're talking with Danny Glover, actor and activist, chair of the Trans-Africa Forum. We are going to come back in a minute and continue the conversation and hopefully be able to reach Amy Goodman and Sharif Abdel Qaddous, who are in Haiti and have been there for several days. This is Democracy Now! We'll be back in a minute.